A psalm of David. Now, a psalm comes from the word mizmor, okay? And it means a poem set to notes or making music, okay? Now, as one lives their life, okay, walking in double-mindedness, and there's storms, pressures, thalipsis hits your life, fiery trials, you gotta, in the eye of the storm, make music, either to yourself, your ego way, or to God's way. Now, a Psalm of David, that's speaking of the same thing. It's in that bulletin thing, getting down to the etymology of that. Are you beloved to yourself or to God? Huh? These Psalms of David are telling you this, right? Now, as we go to God, the ego is decreasing and God's increasing. Okay? Now, in this etymology down there of this mizmor, it comes from this word zamar. Okay? That's the verb form of it. It means through the striking with the fingers. The fingers speaking of your hand. And that's speaking of making music with your fingers in your hand. And your hand speaks of your work, your effort. Don't do it to this way. That's your 666 thinking. You're humanistic, thinking you're a beast nature. In your mind and in your hand. In your hand, you're making music to this. But if you do like it's talking about the apple after God's own eye, David, making music to God. It's a psalm of David making music to God, to God, to God. Habitually practicing like a fanatic, being a fan of God. Excessively fond and making choice. God's your way. You're reverential to God, not fearing. That's carnal way. No, go God's way. Remember that word fear? It means, it's coming from, a word that means to fear God or to reverence God. Let's reverence God and make a psalm to God, not a psalm to ourselves, to ego thinking. It tries to edge God out. Let's edge this carnal mind out. Amen.